concept of what I'm sharing. This is the bakery. I'll show people. Amazing bakery. Amazing bakery. Just move on a little bit from the people. There's the bakery. Found a really good bakery in Northern, and I want to show you this. This is like Northern has all these bins. They've got all the old school photos of how the town used to look. It's quite amazing. And it talks about the history. So I just wanted to show the town a little bit. I have shown it to you before. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful old town. Just get past all these people. Lots of people. Lunchtime in Northern is particularly busy. So there you go. There's our beautiful Northern town. There's some really beautiful old buildings back there. And the reason why I've started the YouTube at the bakery, I treated myself to a bakery pie and a takeaway coffee. And now I want to show you the post office. So this is an old outback town, good old country town. What a cute post office. So that is the second post office. The first post office is now the doctor surgery, the actual doctor surgery that I go to. Didn't even know this until that's another bakery. They're okay. I just prefer the other one. This is the second post office. And this post office is still an existing post office. And you'll notice in a lot of old towns, they actually, the old post office gets turned into something else, and then they modernise it and turn it into, you get these tacky little buildings. One of the things I love about Northern is it's still got its existing, not original, I thought it was the original post office, but it's actually second from original. Now, another thing I want to show you, this glove. The purpose of this, I just have to put it on. Hang on a second, it's going to be a bit hard. It says it was smartphone friendly. It said it was smartphone. It actually said it was smartphone friendly, but when I went to use it on my phone, it didn't slide, so I don't know what they're talking about. But these gloves, sorry everyone, I have to put it on because I've got to walk home. These gloves are wool blend. There's wool in these gloves. That one's not on properly. The reason why I have these gloves is because the reason why I have these gloves, which are so warm, because I walked downtown before to go to my appointment. Sorry, I thought it was a face-to-face appointment. I found out it was a over the phone appointment. And then I did walk around the river, and I actually did a live on that just earlier, discussing the process of trusting the mental health system again. And for these walk around videos, I am actually going to get a muffler for when the wind blows up. Basically, then I thought, you know what, I'm going to go, we have a Kmart it's a service provincial town in the wheat belt, so we have a lot of shops like Aldi, Coles, Woolworths, all those stuff, plus your emporiums and everything. I basically really need underwear because I have two dogs who seem to love to pull my underwear out of the washing pile, as well as socks. And good Lord, the amount of socks they've chewed up. Hang on a second, I will get this organised. Hang on. Sorry. It's become a really wintry day. It's actually quite a wintry day, so the wind is picking up. But it's good because it's actually I just want to do a segue. Up there is where I do my op shop on Friday. That's St. Joseph's Church over there. St. Joseph's Catholic Church. So I get this glove on and hopefully I don't lose my... Sorry about this, everyone. Basically, what happened is I thought, that's it. I'm going to get some underwear. I've walked down here. It's a nice day. I need underwear, like quite urgently. And then when I did that walk around the river and then on my way to the Kmart, my fingers were getting really cold because the air's a bit icy. So even though it's sunny, it's a little bit icy. And I didn't realise what I was doing, but I walked in, as I walked into Kmart, I was must have been holding my body in such a way as it must have looked like I was in a lot of pain. And I was holding my fingers into each other, like interlocking my fingers, because I just put on 2 small thin shirts today. I'm not wearing a jumper. I didn't bring down... I have some polyester gloves. Segue, I used to have a lot of woolen gloves and woolen berets, and had a lot of woolen winter stuff. Amazing amounts of stuff, really high quality, really nice stuff. And there was this lady that I was looking after. She'd come in every now and again, and various reasons needing all this support, and I didn't really necessarily want her in my home, but I used to let her, blah, blah, blah. And I kept wondering, I kept losing things and wondering why I can't find that beret, or I can't find those pair of gloves. Or so little bit by little bit by little bit, every time she came to my house, she actually lived between Melbourne and Perth, and Melbourne gets really, really cold. So every time she left my house, there was something else I couldn't find, but I didn't click that it was her because I had other people coming through my house. I didn't think people were stealing. I thought, I'm losing stuff or this or that. I realised every single time she was in my house, I lost something of my warm winter stuff. Woolen gloves, really nice woolen and leather gloves, and berets, so many nice woolen scarves. And I did that because I feel the cold. When I came to Northern, I really needed my warm stuff. I'm going, what? Look, this is seriously crazy. I thought by now I'd find it. And I thought, you know what? It's gone. And I realised it took me every little bit by little bit by little bit. I realised every time it was one of her visits that I couldn't find something. I was having my suspicions, didn't do anything about it. So I lost all my beautiful winter stuff. Not all of it, but a lot of it. So this is my first pair of woolen gloves. Yeehaw, everyone. Like 15% woolen here. These are nice and snuggly. Okay, finally, I'm getting my good quality winter stuff again. So I walked into Kmart and this old couple said, oof, I didn't realise it, but I was holding my fingers together and a certain way, and I was hunching a certain way, and I felt really cold. I didn't realise I was looking like, and it actually rattled this elderly couple who were in their mid-70s. And basically, they said, dear, you look like you're in a lot of pain. Do you have arthritis? I said, yes, I do actually. I said, it's just a bit chilly than I expect it to be. And truth of the matter is I don't really have warm gloves because the only gloves I had up until today were polyester things I bought, really cheapish type gloves, fine enough but not proper warm. And when I walked around Kmart, I looked around for, got the underwear that I needed. And then I thought, I'm going to see if they've got gloves. I looked at their one, they only had males' gloves that weren't even in good condition. No, I shouldn't say good condition, just not nice looking gloves. Polyester and not nice. 2, they only had males' stuff, which was too big for me. 1, and 2, it was all polyester and not nice. So then I thought I'd go to the local Emporium, which is this wonderful old school, for those of you in Europe, you know what Emporium is. So it's just basically a shop that sells a bit of everything. Really old, an old school, quality. Everything's quality. So I'm very pleased to say that elderly couple commenting on how much pain it looked like I was in. In fact, I looked arthritic, which I am. I have arthritis in my fingers and a few different spots in my body, and the cold just really sets it off. I was like, that's it, Nadina. Winter's coming. You need to get a pair of woolen gloves. You've got the money, honey. Yes, I've got bills and this and that to pay. I just felt like it was such a strong message from God to say, get your warm winter gloves. You at least need one pair of warm gloves. You live in a cold country town. You go for big long walks pretty much every single day. So self-care by surrendering to God's direction. Because that elderly couple were very, very concerned for me. Really concerned. And they made me really take it seriously that, yeah, I was like I just couldn't. I was getting in all this pain. What else I did at CADS today, so I'm going to stop to show you now, is this. Very proud of myself for this one as well. I don't know if you can see them. Got a pair of walking shoes. They're on sale. So this is what I walk downtown in. These boots that I got from the op shop a while ago. And there's nothing wrong with these boots, but they're not walking boots. And I have a very seriously injured knee. And these beautiful shoes here, they're cushioned, they're made for walking. So yeehaw. They're machine washable, they're on sale. I know that they're not the best colour and they're not waterproof. It's not like I'd walk along the river with the animals. But for walking from home to town, these are so comfortable. I'm in heaven right now. These shoes are so supportive of my ankle. My feet feel so snuggly woogly. My fingers feel so snuggly woogly. So 2 really important things that I needed to do for my self-care. I needed a good pair of walking shoes and a good pair of warm gloves. And over time I'll get some more woolen hats. Now the other thing is, with the surrendering to self-care, a lot of us struggle with, but this money should go to this, and this, and this. If we're in pain, if we're hurting our body, if our body's getting hurt just from walking, and we all need to move. Walking is so important. Movement is so important. Footwear. I mean, you can wear bare feet, of course. That's fine. I love wearing having bare feet. There is a time and a place when you need shoes, and they've got to be supportive, orthopedic shoes. We all need good quality shoes. When you got knee, hip, and all that sort of injuries, it's even more important. So that's a very self-care treatment of oneself. We need to be warm in winter, cool in summer, and yes, we need to pay our bills. We also need to look after our body. If we do not look after our body, what do we have? Where's the point of working just to pay bills if you are hurting because you're cold, or hurting because, and I do understand that you might all have a hard time spending money on an item that you think is a luxury item when you've got so many debts, or not necessarily debts, but living costs. It's important. It's crucial. It's crucial that we correct the required items. In the old days, I guess people just skinned an animal and used the inside of the fur on their hands and the outside of the skin, and people could still do that nowadays. We just don't do it as much. The old art of knitting and shearing sheep and blah blah. So anyways, the reason why I wanted to show you the bakery as well is because I could have just walked home and made some lunch, So no, my husband and I, my exquisite beloved and I, used to go to that bakery as a treat. We used to go around and do different treats. So that was just a nice little sort of sitting there at the table, watching all the people, had my little pie, my coffee. You know, that's self-love as well. That's self-care as well. Being part of the community, treating myself to a pie. They're nice pies too. And yeah, so I do, because I've got a few friends who struggle to, I know a lot of people struggle to spend money on themselves when it's really required because they're always worried about their debts or their bills. But there's always going to be a bill, isn't there? There's always going to be a bill, and there's always an element of, we're always going to have to look after ourselves. We have to look after ourselves. How else do we stay alive? Just going to cross the road. That's the Duke's Inn up there, way up the top of the hill. Beautiful old building. We're not going to go past that today because I'm taking a shortcut. So I have been trying to encourage my friends for a long time to let them know how important it is to, if they're in extreme pain, for example, budget for that massage. And this is like me having to hear the same advice myself, because I know how hard it is to spend the money on acupuncture and massaging when you have a lot of injuries, because it's not under Medicare. So we're talking about 80 to 120 Australian dollars. And it's like, but it's crucial that we look after our bodies. It's absolutely crucial. It's our temple. That's what God requires of us. So there you go. I'm just gonna think if there's anything else I want to say, and then I'll it wasn't easy for me to do initially. I had to do a big prayer. on it. So I will talk about this. A couple of weeks ago I went to the Moondime Festival with some friends. I think maybe I actually have already spoken of this. And one of my friends who was there is a lady that I owe probably $1,000 to now. She's been helping me out a lot with some really big bills, and she's made it really clear to me I pay her back when I can. Which is obviously today I could have, right, instead of buying the gloves. But that's not what she's talking about. She would rather me buy warm gloves and get ready for winter. She means when I've got a lot of spare, like my needs are met and I've got spare money. I know exactly what she means because she's made it really clear what she means. She's really making it, and this is about the receiving. God really wants us to receive. God really wants us to receive the love and support from our community and give so other people can receive from us. And this process of receiving is a big deal for a lot of us. And I've come to learn, there was an article I was listening to this morning about those of us who have gone without the bare basics for most of our life. We've gotten so used to going without, and we've gotten so used to life being so hard that we find it very, very difficult to receive. It's not like we have shame around receiving. There's a subconscious, we don't feel worthy of it, but there's also just a pattern and a habit of not having enough, living with lack. So it's quite a challenging process to override. Look at this beautiful silver princess, Cassia. So I've been speaking a lot about a lot of different people about this last few months, about how easy it is to give and how important it is to give from a place of true giving, not piety giving, not like giving for the sake of someone pretending or chuffing themselves up, but actually giving from their heart. There is actually a very big difference. And receiving. So giving without pride and receiving without pride. We're talking about how big these two issues are. And I'm becoming of where even the process of giving to ourselves seems to be such a big issue. Even giving to ourselves. And when we really do give to ourselves, that is self-love. That is true blue self-love. That's the ultimate. When we know we're worthy of giving to ourselves. Hello. Check this out. Hey, look at these roses. Hey, look at this rose here. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so beautiful. I have to say, Northam grows incredible roses. Hey, look at that pink one down there, yellow one. Oh, that's beautiful. We have the most amazing roses in Northam. I got given some roses the other day by a good friend. Oh, look at them, look at them, look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, wow. Oh, they're beautiful. And they're old. They're the real old, proper real ones. That's a stunning rose garden, that one. The land up here, the soil up here grows really good roses and really good callistemons. I got given 4 roses the other day, 4 rose buds, and they're so strong. They're actually making the house smell like rose, just 4 little cute rose buds. Absolutely beautiful. I did counselling the other day at Bridgeley Church, and they had a prayer group Tuesday morning, and they said to my counsellor, do you want these roses now? Like, there's a lady that brings them in. She's the rose lady of our church, and she brought them in and said to the counsellor, do you want them for your room? She goes, yes, thank you. And it made the room smell so nice. And we had Bible study in that same room Tuesday night. Oh, and the smell. They're real roses, unlike, I can't really go too much into their house. I'll see. Hello. Say. Oh my gosh. Now that is divine. Beautiful. See? Wow. All right. Look at them all. You can't. Wow. I bet you those pink ones here smell exquisite. I bet you these ones here smell amazing. I planted roses. It's one of the first things I did last year. November 2021, when my exquisite beloved and I moved to our beautiful home. The first thing I did was plant roses. We got given a heap of money as wedding present. And he loves roses, I love roses. The first thing I did was cut and prune back 10-15 years worth of plumbago and lantana, and it was really hard work. I actually gave myself sciatic back pain. It was really tough. Digging out really settled in the ground root system of Tacoma, lantana and plumbago and something else. Can't remember what the other thing is. They were all very. And then I really mulched the ground with horse poo and mulch and then planted heaps of roses, and they're looking good. They're only little babies. They're only 1 year old. But they're already smelling. So I'm gonna have a garden like that soon. And yeah, it's a joy. It's a joy planting roses. So yeah, giving to oneself. Like this walk home is such a joy. These shoes, I'm not feeling any pain in my knee. So I like to walk the dogs along the river, and I won't walk along the river in these shoes. But I like walking downtown as much as I can because, one, it saves petrol, and 2, it's just a really fantastic way to connect with the community. And if I'm not having to carry heaps of weight, It's only a 15, 20 minute walk. Walking up the hill here, I'm walking up a hill now, so it's just that little bit harder walking up the hill. Whew, but it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It just makes you really connect to the world, to our community, and slows everything down. And I like walking without the dogs as well, like, because I have to be very mindful of the dogs when I've got them all the time, watching out where they are. It's just me. So it gives me some time out, I guess. Because my dogs, my exquisite beloveds and my cute little fur babies, fur animals, they are a responsibility. They are a huge responsibility. And I was making them the most important thing for so long because they were just young little pups, you know. They were dependents, and they still are. But they're grown up just that bit more. I can leave them home alone a bit more often. They have a really good life. I prioritise their food over my food. They have a very, 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 very good life. So this is my neighbour's house. This is actually a property that I really thought that my beloved and I ought to have bought for his daughter to live in with her children, because it was the owners that we bought our house from owned the brown one there and this one here, and they offered this to us first, and I just thought it made complete sense. But then we would have had to have gotten a loan from the bank. But I just thought it would have been really nice to provide a home for his daughter so she could have a chance to parent her children. She's actually been denied the opportunity to actually be a mother to her children. And I was like, come on, my love. We can actually help empower your beautiful daughter to experience that wonderful blessing of parenthood, proper parenthood. Empower her to know she can do it. So these are not, they need to be, I got some black spots. I had some flowers, so I planted that last year. You can see here, I've got a lot to do with this garden still. That's my little beautiful rose that I planted last year. I've got, all this horse poo. Oh, this garden. We get all this horse poo up here. Lots of horses in Northam. This is the area I dug up all the plumbago and Tacoma, cleared that whole area. I cleared that whole area to, I don't know what you can see. Actually, there's no wind here. I'll turn it around. That's that Alvin or Zena jumping on the gate. Just relax. Hang on a second. I'll get rid of that little glovey glove. They did say they were smartphone friendly, but yeah, so this is the area that I dug up. That was all the way to there. And I dug all that up and put these roses in. And there's more than what you can see. I just have got to do some weeding. See? And you know what's going to happen? That's going to be stunning. That's going to be stunning. All right, let's say hello. There's Ollie Bolly. Hello, Ollie. Hello. And now I'll just show you the animals, and then I'll... hang on. Come on, Ollie. There's Zena. There's Alvin. Come on. Relax. Okay. And there's the beautiful ones. Look at what they've done to the garden. It's awful what they've done, hey? Oh, this was so pretty. I had this looking so good. Gentle little one. Look. It's like, it is not funny. Oh, I have to, it's really amazing because I've just had to go, oh, well, so be it. So be it for now. So be it for now. So be it for now. Oh, look at a cute little smiley face. Oh, where'd she go? Oh, here she is. Cute little smiley face. And, Zena, no. Sometimes she chases Ollie. So anyways, here we are. We're home with my beautiful little ones. And no jumping. And now what I'm going to do is take them for a walk. And then I can come home, and I'm not sure how I'm going to spend the rest of today. But yes, I'll do something to make the day super productive somehow. And yep, there you go. Adios amigos, self-care. Woohoo! Lots of love. God bless. God bless.